We just didn't play good enough in all three phases. It's just not our standard. We got to play better. We got to start fast and finish better. I feel like we had moments where we played well, but just overall, it just wasn't a good performance on all three levels. We didn't play well, so we just got to play better. It's as simple as that. Short week. There's no excuses. You know what I mean? Everybody has short weeks during the season. It's just how you prepare. We just got to play better. You know what I mean? There's never going to be excuses with this group. We know, everybody knows. You got to take accountability, and we got Chicago this week at home, so we got a lot of work to do until then.
Just getting better. Each and every single day, getting better with reps. With the game speed.
What can you say went wrong up front? Was it something they were doing on the other side that you didn't expect? Or why was it so difficult at times? Why did they make it so difficult?
Washington, they got a good front seven. They got great players up there, but at the same time, we just got to be better. Every single person find ways to get better. That starts with me too.
When the lanes aren't necessarily there, how do you go about trying to create a spark in some way?
Just take what I got. Make a guy miss. Even if it's not gonna be blocked perfect every single play, so sometimes you got to make somebody miss, break tackles, to get some yards.
Obviously, at the end of the day, really winning and losing, that's what matters most to me. Been here for a couple of years, and all the personal things, that's just more of like what you do in the off season. But at the end of the day, I just want to win. So unfortunately, we didn't get that done, and the goal is obviously to come back next week at home and get it done.
You got some big plays, but the consistency of the offense isn't there. I guess what do you think is kind of missing from that?
Yeah, I think we just need to do a little extra. And I think, like I said earlier, Pete and all the guys, we practice really hard and practice hard throughout the week. But at the end of the day, this is the NFL, so just practicing hard sometimes doesn't get it done. You got to go a little harder, and I think we all do. Especially as an offensive standpoint, to get on the same page and hopefully get this thing rolling, because we know we can be a good offense and we know we can be explosive and all that. So
you've been kind of knocking at the door of a game like this. Did you kind of feel it coming?
I think it goes back to just having the mindset of each game. Each game you want a game like that, and at the end of the day, if you set your sights high, you end up with a game like that. So every game I go out there, the goal is to obviously perform my best, obviously with my teammates, for the team, but also just understanding that any game can be like that.
Obviously, on the stat sheet, it was your best game. Do you think it was the best game you played as a pro?
I got to watch the film. Stats sometimes can be misleading, but at the end of the day, it felt well. All the targets that came my way, you end up with them. So at the end of the day, it's a pretty good day.